come from 1946. Helena and Knute Aumann are the owners, and they bought Fridheimar 26 years ago when it came for sale, and they moved here to the countryside as a young couple because they saw the opportunity to combine and realize their passions here, which is training and breeding horses. Maybe you saw some outside already. And down here in the greenhouses, we are growing tomatoes all year round. This is one of the 9 greenhouses that we have, and you're very welcome to walk around and to explore it a little bit more. In this house you can see our smallest variety, it's called Piccolo. In the other houses we are also growing heirloom tomatoes, plum tomatoes and Vivento tomatoes. Every day of the year we can harvest 2 tons of tomatoes. That equals 40% here of the domestic tomato market in Iceland. But the question is, how is it possible to grow tomatoes in Iceland all year round, knowing that we have so long, dark and cold winters? Of course we need the greenhouses, but also, and even more importantly, we need a lot of hot water because that's the base of our heating system. And there's plenty of hot water here in this area in the ground. We are connected to our own hot spring, which is 200 meters away from the farm. Maybe you saw the steam when you drove to the village. And from there the hot water goes straight into the pipes, which you see, for instance, very nicely here above the plants and also on the glass walls behind me. So that's the heating system. The water itself has a temperature of 90 to 95 degrees in Celsius. It's almost boiling, and this keeps us then independent from the weather outside. It's always nice and warm inside here. About the lights, they are switched off right now because they are connected to a technology system. So obviously the weather station tells right now it's nice and sunny, but anyway, we need to give our plants 17 hours of artificial light, and only in the longest months of sunshine in June, July and August we can reduce to 14 hours. Still, that's a lot of energy that we are consuming. It's the same as a town with 6,000 inhabitants would consume. So luckily we do not have to pay so much for it because it's all based on hydropower. It is green and renewable energy. Now when growing the tomatoes, we give the plants the same water for watering as you have been drinking here in Iceland or as you will do in the future. Iceland has a lot of good cold water resources, its drinking quality, and the very same water goes to the plants. And the quality of this good water reflects in the taste of the tomato because the tomato itself is made of 94% of water. Second of all, we do not use any pesticides. There are not so many bugs and flies around. Iceland is an island far in the north, so it's not really the climate, but the few flies that we might have, we can easily control with a biological pest control, and we call the system the good fly against the bad fly. So meaning there is a fly that we can use, it's called Macrolophus, and this one loves to eat those flies that we don't want to have. So it's just up to nature to fix our problem. All our work is just to balance the populations. Third of all, we do not export. It's a very short way to our customers. We only pick those tomatoes that are ripe, and then the same day or the day after they go for sale. To show you an example, this is how we are, for instance, selling our Piccolo tomatoes. We are part of a farmers association. And this is the label that we are having here. There's the colors of the Icelandic flag indicating that it's a local product, and then the name of our farm. So if you happen to go to the grocery shop, you can have a look if you find this once, or maybe someone else who is in the association. To the inside of the box we have a picture of Helena and Knute and also some more information about what we are doing, partly of what I'm telling you right now, just to make the connection between the farmer and the buyer shorter. Then to look at the plants, we have one generation of plants in this house here. They are about 5 months old. We will use them up to 9 months. After 9 months we take them out and we exchange them, and this happens twice a year. When we take them out, we take everything out. The soil, which you can see on the table system in those white bags, all the green parts, we compost everything, and then it goes to our neighbors who are farmers, and they can even use the compost on their fields. So we try to waste as little as possible. Yeah, the plants we start in our nursery. So we are buying in the seeds from France, from Netherlands and from Belgium, and then the first 8 weeks of the life the plants start in the nursery. Then they start to flower, and that's for us the sign that they are strong enough to move out. And then we plant them as you can see here, and it doesn't matter which variety, the system of growing is always the same. Because of the very good growing conditions, we can expect every plant to grow about 25 to 30 centimeters in height per week. They are growing 3 branches per week and then a set of flowers on top. So for my colleagues in the greenhouses, that means, for instance, weekly they need to lower the ropes to twist the tops of the plants around, and also they are removing the lowest branches. You can see the plants are a little bit stripped underneath. We do that because we want to have 18 to 20 branches per plant. That is when the plant is most productive.